United States. The economy of the United States is driven largely by services, technology, and consumer spending. A large portion of the country's wealth comes from industries such as finance, software development, healthcare, entertainment, and professional services. Over time, these sectors gradually became more dominant than traditional manufacturing. Silicon Valley in California developed into a global center for technology companies, producing some of the most influential software, internet platforms, and digital tools used around the world. At the same time, Wall Street in New York remains one of the most powerful financial hubs, managing enormous flows of global capital and investment. Manufacturing still plays an important role, especially in areas like aerospace, vehicles, advanced machinery, and defense equipment. However, the modern American economy relies heavily on knowledge-based industries and innovation. The country also benefits from a massive internal market where businesses can sell products to millions of consumers without needing to export immediately. Natural resources such as oil, natural gas, farmland, and minerals also contribute to economic strength, combined with strong universities, research institutions, and a culture that encourages entrepreneurship. These factors have helped the United States maintain one of the most influential economies in the world. China. China's economy grew from a largely agricultural society into one of the world's largest industrial powers. For many decades, factories across the country produced electronics, clothing, machinery, and countless everyday products that were shipped to markets around the world. This transformation began in the late 20th century when economic reforms allowed private businesses, foreign investment, and global trade to expand within the country. Coastal manufacturing zones quickly developed into major production centers, turning China into what many people called the factory of the world. Over time, China's economy began shifting beyond basic manufacturing. Large cities such as Shenzhen, Shanghai, and Beijing became hubs for technology companies, finance, and research. Domestic companies began building their own brands and developing new products instead of only assembling goods for foreign firms. Massive infrastructure projects, including highways, ports, railways, and entire new cities, helped connect the country's regions and support economic growth. While exports remain important, the Chinese government has increasingly focused on growing domestic consumption and expanding high-tech industries such as artificial intelligence, telecommunications, and renewable energy. Germany. Germany's economy is known for its strong industrial base and reputation for precision engineering. The country produces a wide range of advanced machinery, vehicles, industrial equipment, and chemical products that are exported to markets across the globe. German manufacturing companies are particularly respected for their reliability, technical quality, and long-term durability. Famous automotive brands such as BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Volkswagen, and Audi are only one part of a much larger industrial ecosystem that includes thousands of specialized suppliers and engineering firms. Much of Germany's economic strength comes from its network of medium-sized companies known as the Mittelstand. These firms often focus on very specific technologies or industrial components, becoming global leaders in highly specialized markets. Many of them remain family-owned and operate with long-term strategies rather than short-term profit goals. Japan. Japan's economy blends advanced manufacturing, technology development, and large domestic industries. After the Second World War, the country rebuilt itself through rapid industrial growth, focusing on electronics, vehicles, machinery, and consumer products. Japanese companies quickly gained a reputation for quality control and technological innovation. Brands like Toyota, Sony, Honda, and Panasonic became internationally recognized, exporting products that shaped global markets for decades. Beyond manufacturing, Japan also developed highly advanced infrastructure and urban economies. Its transportation systems, including high-speed bullet trains, became models of efficiency and reliability. Japanese companies invested heavily in robotics, automation, and precision engineering, which allowed them to maintain strong industrial output even as labor costs increased. In recent decades, Japan has faced slower economic growth and an aging population, but the country remains one of the world's most technologically advanced economies. Its influence in robotics, electronics, and automotive engineering continues to shape modern industry. India. India's economy reflects the complexity and scale of the country itself. Agriculture still plays a major role, employing a large portion of the population and producing crops such as rice, wheat, sugarcane, and cotton. Farming has supported communities across the subcontinent for thousands of years and continues to be a fundamental part of rural life. At the same time, India has gradually expanded into manufacturing, services, and technology industries. One of the most significant developments in recent decades has been the rise of India's information technology sector. Cities such as Bengaluru, Hyderabad, and Pune became global centers for software development, outsourcing services, and digital infrastructure. International companies often rely on Indian engineers and programmers to build and maintain complex systems. In addition, the country's large population creates a vast domestic market for consumer goods, telecommunications, transportation, and financial services. This mixture of traditional agriculture and modern technology industries makes India one of the most dynamic economies currently expanding in the world. Brazil. Brazil's economy is strongly connected to natural resources and large-scale agriculture. The country produces enormous quantities of soybeans, coffee, sugar, and beef, which are exported to markets across Europe, Asia, and North America. Vast areas of fertile farmland and favorable climates allow Brazil to maintain one of the largest agricultural sectors on Earth. These exports generate significant revenue and support a wide network of farmers, processors, and transport industries. Offshore oil reserves discovered along the Atlantic coast have further expanded Brazil's energy sector. Major cities such as São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro host banks, financial institutions, and manufacturing companies that serve both domestic and international markets. Although economic growth has sometimes been uneven due to political and financial challenges, Brazil remains the largest economy in South America and a key supplier of natural resources worldwide. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia's economy has long revolved around the production and export of oil. In the early 20th century, the discovery of vast petroleum reserves transformed the country from a largely desert economy into one of the most influential energy producers in the world. Oil revenues allowed the government to build modern cities, highways, airports, and infrastructure across the country. These resources also funded large public programs and investment projects that reshaped the national economy. In recent years, however, Saudi Arabia has begun preparing for a future where oil may play a smaller role in global energy markets. The government launched large development initiatives designed to diversify the economy into tourism, entertainment, renewable energy, and advanced technology. Massive projects such as new planned cities and coastal resorts are part of this strategy. While oil remains the foundation of the economy today, the country is gradually investing in industries that could support economic growth in the decades ahead. South Korea. South Korea's economy developed through an export-driven model focused on industrial growth and technological advancement. After the devastation of the Korean War, the country invested heavily in education, manufacturing infrastructure, and industrial planning. Over several decades, this strategy transformed South Korea into one of the most advanced economies in Asia. Large conglomerates known as chaebols played a major role in this development. Companies such as Samsung, Hyundai, and LG expanded into electronics, automobiles, shipbuilding, and semiconductor production. These corporations built global supply chains and exported high-tech products to markets around the world. South Korea also invested heavily in research, allowing it to become a leader in semiconductor manufacturing and consumer electronics. In addition to its industrial strength, the country has recently developed a powerful cultural industry, including music, television, film, and gaming. These cultural exports now reach audiences worldwide, adding another layer to the country's economic influence. France. France's economy is diverse, combining strong public institutions with a wide range of private industries. The country produces aerospace technology, pharmaceuticals, luxury goods, automobiles, and agricultural products. Companies such as Airbus play a major role in global aviation, manufacturing aircraft used by airlines across the world. Meanwhile, luxury brands based in France have built powerful international reputations in fashion, cosmetics, and jewelry. Tourism also plays an essential role in the French economy. Millions of visitors travel to the country every year to experience its cultural landmarks, historic cities, museums, and cuisine. Agriculture remains important as well, particularly in regions known for wine production, dairy farming, and specialty foods. French exports of wine, cheese, and gourmet products contribute to the country's global culinary reputation. This combination of industry, agriculture, tourism, and cultural influence helps sustain a balanced and resilient national economy. Australia. Australia's economy is heavily influenced by natural resources and international trade. The country is rich in minerals such as iron ore, coal, and natural gas, which are extracted from vast mining regions across the continent. These resources are exported in large quantities, particularly to fast-growing economies in Asia. Mining companies and energy exporters play a central role in Australia's economic activity, supporting jobs and government revenue. Alongside resource extraction, Australia has developed strong service sectors in finance, education, tourism, and healthcare. Universities attract students from around the world, creating a significant international education industry. Tourism also contributes greatly to the economy as visitors travel to experience the country's landscapes, wildlife, and coastal cities. With stable institutions, strong trade partnerships, and abundant natural resources, Australia has maintained steady economic growth while remaining closely connected to global markets.